Today, I'm about to show you exactly why your sales team is bleeding rupees 10 plus lakhs per salesperson every single year. And no, it's not because they're lazy or incompetent, it's because you're forcing human genius to do the robot work. So here's the reality in 2025. While your competitors are quietly building sales machines that work 24 by 7, that never get sick, never quit, and never miss a follow up, many sales teams are still playing checkers in a chess world, maybe even yours. The gap between businesses leveraging AI SDRs and those stuck in traditional methods, it's growing exponentially. Everyone's talking about AI replacing salespeople, but I think they're wrong. This isn't about replacing your sales team, it's about multiplying their impact by 2x, 5x, and even 10x. So while the world panics about AI taking jobs, smart businesses are using it to make every single salesperson exponentially more powerful. Right now, your team is wasting 30 to 70% of their time on work that AI could handle while you sleep. Call it prospecting, research, follow up, CRM updates, call logging. So it feels like watching a chess grandmaster move pieces one by one when they could be strategizing the entire game. So, in the next 20-25 odd minutes, I'm going to deconstruct how top businesses are deploying AI sales development representatives to build revenue engines that never stop working, never burn out, and never interview with your competitors. This isn't theory, this is a step by step blueprint already transforming 10 plus companies and counting. The real opportunity right now isn't in replacing humans, it's in liberating them to do what humans do best, while AI handles all the rest. I'm Akhil, founder of IT Automation based in India. And if you're a business owner or sales leader, tired of grinding on repetitive tasks instead of building real relationships and closing deals, and you always have the feeling that your revenue ceiling is still very far, even with your current set, this video will change how you think about sales forever, even if you have 25 plus years of experience. The AI SDR revolution is here, and the question is, will you lead it or chase it? Let's dive in.
Ever since I could remember, maybe like 5+ years now, I've been obsessed with one question. Why do people in sales teams waste a lot of their time on repetitive work when their creative potential is literally limitless? And you would see sales leaders doing this. But we know anti role models exist everywhere. So I've watched sales leaders grinding away on CRM updates, follow up sequences, and cold outreach templates while their actual genius, closing deals and building relationships, collected dust. I believe sales development right now, in the traditional sense, is completely broken. And honestly, it's been broken for years. Think about it, your SDRs or your salespeople spend 4 to 6 hours a day researching prospects, writing personalized email, following up endlessly, and updating their CRM. That's more like 50 to 70% of their workday, and yet they lag behind time. They're doing the same things over and over, burning out after just 6 to 14 months on average, and costing your team 10 to 20 lakhs per year each. It's madness. But that's fine. That's actually how it's supposed to happen, right? At least that's what we've been told. But what if there was a completely different way to approach sales development? What if your outreach machine never stopped? And what if personalization happened automatically? And finally, what if meetings got booked while you were sleeping? I am talking about AI sales personal assistants. And the truth is, AI SDRs or an AI salesperson isn't some futuristic concept anymore. They are here right now with us, and they're completely redefining how modern businesses approach sales. I'm going to deconstruct exactly how an AI SDR system works. No gimmicks and no fluff, just a clear roadmap for sales leaders and business owners like y'all who want to stop grinding and start leveraging AI for explosive growth, which is really possible. So before going ahead though, I'll make myself clear again. This isn't about replacing your human sales team. It's about elevating them, making each salesperson 10x more powerful. And in this process, some average and bad players will be caught out. So if you're a salesperson watching this, this happens to be your opportunity as well to utilize AI and make yourself irreplaceable. Excited? Awesome. So let's begin with perspective. Because as I like to say, there was an old way of doing things between 2000 and 2025, and now there is this new way of doing things post 2025, like right now as well. This new way is still very early as we talk, but yes, the way we used to work and the way we will work are going to be very, very different. So let's understand what do I mean by the old way versus the new way. So here's what traditional sales development process looks like. Your SDR comes in, they pull up a list of prospects, then they research each one manually over Google, LinkedIn, and across the internet. Then they craft personalized emails and in-mails one by one, and then they send them out. Or the other way could be they run generic email campaigns with name, company name, designation, etc., and all of those attributes with your offer. Then they track responses, cold call the leads, and handle objections. Then they book meetings and finally update the CRM and repeat. Is that right? In the above mentioned process, did you notice a lot of manual labor is involved? Researching across channels, making copies, understanding client sentiments and trends, while having to be on calls and meet up with the targets given. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest, it's completely idiotic to think this is the best use of human potential, isn't it? The problem isn't your SDRs, they're doing exactly what the old system demands. The problem is the system itself. So now that you know what old way are we talking about, let's understand what the new way is. The new way flips the old script on its head. Here's how it works. AI handles the research, it creates personalized messaging, then it creates outreach campaigns, it handles follow ups, it handles objections, and finally it updates the CRM. So your human team focuses exclusively on strategy, relationship building, and closing deals. This means actually taking out all the admin work out of your salesperson's hands and giving them 30 to 70% of their day back. Now imagine having a 10-hour workday and we are talking about giving them 3 to 6 or 7 hours back every day. Multiply it over weeks, months, and years with the number of people, and you see the maths. So when we try to understand the math this way, we understand this isn't any incremental improvement. Rather, it's a fundamental paradigm shift and it's a big deal. But it often goes unnoticed because most people don't realize that 50 to 70% and sometimes 90% of sales development work doesn't require human creativity or empathy. Please don't be offended, but think through it. What it actually requires is consistency, persistence, and pattern recognition. Exactly what AI excels at. So, if this funda is clear, let's understand how they actually work on the ground. So now let's see how AI SDRs actually work. These are the 5 core areas where AI SDRs are influencing positive outcomes. So let's get through them. So area number one is email infra. Traditional SDRs battle constant email deliverability issues. If your email infra isn't properly set, it's only going to be spam, spam, and spam, even after endless tries. On the other hand, AI SDRs have been taught what email leverage is by design. They work with proper records like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. They follow domain warming before sending mass messages and engagement tracking algorithms to ensure emails actually land in inboxes. And the difference is massive as well. We've seen email deliverability jump from 50% to 95% just by getting this foundation right. Domain warming, proper records, dynamic send times. That's it. But that is so powerful. Email marketing is still the most affordable medium to get good leads. But with so many messages coming daily in our inboxes, it's difficult for emails to get your attention if they are the same templated offering. But with AI, we can go as deep as possible into hyper personalization and knowing exactly what to message the lead at the right time. So the conclusion is email marketing needs 90% AI and just 10% of high value human outreach knowledge. The second area is lead identification. Human SDRs waste hours searching for the right prospects. An average SDR will take around 8 to 10 minutes and sometimes even 15 minutes to find proper data per lead. So, assuming they are to call 30 to 50 people per day, they'll spend around 240 to 400 minutes on average, which is about 4 to 6 hours spent on manually building a database. And even then, when they call those leads, 50% chances the lead details are bad. Does it make any sense? On the other hand, AI SDRs can process thousands of potential matches against your ideal customer profile in minutes. We've ourselves built Agent Tez, which finds hundreds of leads in less than 10 minutes, with decision maker details, verified emails, and direct phone numbers. All of them are powerful prospecting signals and indicates that your salespeople really have only one work to do: call people and close deals. So now when you see Can you compare what is 8 to 10 hours for 100 leads versus just 10 minutes of work for 1,000 high quality leads? The difference, it's more than 100x. And 100x isn't something that you normally achieve, right? It's actually game changing when you see it for an extended time period. And you know what makes lead identification by AI even more powerful? So as the campaigns go on, our system can adapt based on who's actually responding. So the next time your targeting gets more precise with each and every campaign as the time passes. So, area number three, and this is where most people think AI falls short. Again, I think they're wrong and actually very, very wrong because modern AI can analyze a prospect's LinkedIn profile, scrape their company website, the recent news, and even social media to identify personalization points that actually matter. Not the superficial, I saw you went to Stanford or IIT, etc. stuff, but genuinely relevant business hooks that get attention. For example, hey, I noticed your company just expanded into enterprise services last quarter. And according to your recent interview, scaling customer success is your biggest challenge. And then, basis this challenge, I can pitch them exactly what I need to. They want to scale customer success. We can give them customer success chatbots, semi or fully autonomous chat assistants that could be trained on their company's knowledge base. We are talking that level of personalization where we know kind of exactly how or exactly what the lead is looking for right now or would be looking for, but at scale, possibly across thousands of profiles a month. These AI email agents send email campaigns after properly layering the core details like the specific LinkedIn activities of the lead, their profile coverage over different sources on the internet, their industry insights, the latest geopolitical news about the company, and anything else that is important. And you can figure out a way to fetch that information over the internet. It can use your own proven messaging frameworks, recent trigger events, or your previous engagement history with the lead. So, no templates, no copy paste. Every message feels genuinely unique. And to make it even better, we can add a human touch to it by getting relatable inputs from theirs and yours common interests as well. Your campaign managers simply can't compete with this. And the best part is, they don't have to. They just need to use this to the fullest for their professional gains. So, win win. Area number four, objection and response handling. And this is where things get really interesting. When the prospects respond with questions, objections, or interest, your AI SDR can handle those conversations naturally. So, let's say a prospect asks, can you tell me more about pricing? And the system gives them a detailed yet strategic pricing response. Next, the prospect says, we are not looking at buying right now. The system gives you a value focused nurture sequence to run. Maybe the prospect replies, this sounds interesting, and your AI salesperson runs some meeting scheduling automation directly. Now, that is real conversation between an AI SDR and an human prospect, where the AI SDR is trying to close the deal all the time, while understanding with the responses that if the prospect isn't ready to buy today, they will tomorrow. So let's nurture them now. Can you tell which side is the AI? Most people can't. Neither me, 99% of the times. And that's the point. It just feels natural. Area number five, and I think this is the biggest use case of them all. It does meeting booking and CRM updates. So when a prospect is ready to meet, the AI SDR handles scheduling, sends calendar invites, and updates your CRM with the complete conversation history. So now your human closer simply shows up to a qualified meeting with full context. Have you ever seen something like that? Or can you or your people do it now? Yes, you can. We just saw a system that can automatically research your leads for your sales teams, send outreach messaging tailored to your leads, and once the replies come in, handle them in your own brand voice and book meetings for your human salespeople. All while the CRM is getting updated and refreshed continuously with every new conversation, connect, or proposal as deals move through the pipeline. Imagine this kind of a system running 24 by 7 for your business that never stops working, works across all time zones around the world, and doesn't complain about overworking. How about that? How about that? So, now let's move to chapter 3, the hard truth, and understand why businesses relying on purely human sales teams in 2025 will be at a devastating disadvantage. So, let's get this one thing straight. The businesses still relying on purely human sales team in 2025 and beyond will be at a natural disadvantage. And it's not because human SDRs aren't valuable. No. Rather, exactly the opposite. It's because they're too valuable to waste on repetitive tasks. Remember, we are not like cows. We are not meant to graze all day on repetitive, time killing work. Rather, we are meant to hunt like lions, focusing our energy on the high leverage moments that actually move deals forward. AI SDRs are not replacing human sales teams, they are rather liberating them to do what humans do best. So now that we know some of the disadvantages, let's understand the advantages of SDRs, AI SDRs. So human salespeople work 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. They get sick, take vacations, and eventually leave for new opportunities. On the other hand, your AI SDR works 24 by 7 by 365 days. They never get tired, never lose motivation, never complain about their energy loss, and never decide to take that job at your competitor. The math is pretty simple. More consistent outreach is equal to more opportunities is equal to more revenue. So, advantage number two, perfect memory. Your human SDRs are forgetting critical details about prospects constantly. It's not their fault, it's how human brains work. On the other hand, AI SDRs remember every previous conversation, stated objection, expressed interest, preferred communication style, optimal contact time. This perfect recall creates continuity that prospects actually notice and appreciate. Think about this. If a lead has asked me to call back at 7 p.m. in 3 days without fail, and if on the third day they get a message at 12 p.m. informing them that I'll be calling them today at 7 p.m. sharp, just wanted to know, are we on the schedule for the meeting? What do you think about this particular approach? Do you think the lead himself would, or the lead would say to himself, this dude really wants to meet and then sends me a positive message back? Higher chances, right? Advantage number three, infinite scalability. Want to double your outreach? With human SDRs, you would have to double your headcount, double your costs, and deal with double the management complexity. With AI SDRs, you simply adjust a few parameters. Your costs increase marginally, not exponentially. You don't have to pay entire salaries, and they don't become your cost centers. The most successful businesses we are seeing with us, as well as across the ecosystem, have scaled from hundreds to thousands of prospects per month without adding headcount. That simple, yet that powerful. Advantage number four, data driven optimization. For data backed decision, first thing, let's be honest. Not all salespeople point to data for getting their answers. Let alone salespeople, even management doesn't go deep into understanding what the past data says. A lot of my contemporaries in sales used to rely on gut feeling alone, and I've seen sales leaders giving away anecdotes as evidence. However, AI SDRs give you complete visibility into data, which messages are getting responses, which objections are the most common, which personalization approaches are working best, and which follow up sequences are converting. So you understand this isn't just data. These are inputs from your running business, and it's actionable intelligence that improves your entire sales operation. And now we come to the main advantage. For years, we've leaned on sales development representatives to grind through prospecting, dialing, emailing, researching, and qualifying leads. These are talented, ambitious people, but we've boxed them into repetitive, often thankless work. Every salesperson knows it firsthand. The reality is that this burns them out, stifles growth, and costs our businesses valuable talent and money. SDRs are some of the most driven individuals in our organizations, yet so many leave within the first 6 to 18 months feeling exhausted and undervalued. This isn't just a people problem, it directly impacts pipeline quality, hiring costs, and results. So, if we are being honest, we know this is true from what we see daily. Talented people wasting their potential on entry level robotic tasks while account executives spending too much time sorting through leads instead of closing deals. So it's time we liberate human talent by redesigning the sales process and roles themselves. Imagine if your best people from SDRs to account executives spent all of their time on what actually moves the needle, like building relationships, negotiating, winning deals, and strategic account planning. When prospecting and qualification are automated or sourced elsewhere, salespeople can be closers and consultative partners to our clients' business needs. This is precisely how the highest paid SDRs in 2025 operate, working fewer but better accounts and focusing on depth, not just volume. Now, let's talk about how you can actually implement AI SDRs in your business. Most people try to boil the entire ocean and fail miserably. I don't understand why. Don't do that. Here is the step by step implementation plan that's worked for over 10 businesses we are helping right now. And remember, this is still very, very early for businesses. So, step 1 of phase 1 foundation, weeks 1 and 2. Step 1 is to audit your current sales development process. First, map it entirely. What are the flows? Where are they running exactly? Etc. etc. Then, document every step in your current outreach workflow. And finally, identify the repetitive tasks consuming most of your revenue team's time. For example, prospecting might be taking 10 to 15 hours per salesperson per week. Okay, check it. Follow up chaos, maybe 5 hours per week per salesperson. Check. The CRM's manual updation may be taking approximately 10 hours per week per salesperson. Check. And non standard manual content creation might be taking 20 hours of week from your entire team. So check that. Now you calculate the true cost of your current approach. Once this is done, you go to step 2 of phase 1. You set your clear goals and metrics. Then you define what success looks like for you, the number of meetings booked, the response rates, etc. And finally, you establish your baseline metrics for comparison. Once that is done, determine or redetermine your ICP, your ideal customer profile, your target audience, or whatever you want to call it. But once this level of clarity is established, basis facts, we can move to phase 2 pilot programs for week number 3 and 4. Week number 3 and 4. So, after the first two steps in phase number 1, step 3 is to select your AI SDR solution. Now, there are quite a lot of options to work with. This also validates where the industry is putting money in and where it is headed. So now choose between working with ready-made solutions like 11x or AI SDR or Artisan or Lutra, etc., which are great for specific areas, but since they are standard and not tailored exactly as per your business 100%, don't expect them to handhold you through understanding the entire depth of your business operations. But they are generally promising. The second option is you can choose building standard as well as custom agents tailored to your business and taking help from companies like ours, IQ Automation, or other AI automation companies if you really want to amplify your current processes and have a powerful head start over your closest competitors. We develop end-to-end AI SDRs that can manage everything from prospect generation to deal closing to product training to CRM management to content creation to customer success and everything in between. We handle your entire revenue operations, even if it's broken and disconnected now, and transform it into a well oiled revenue machine. We are already working with some clients for this and they're seeing really good early results. Once this is done, we move to step number 4, where you ensure proper integration with your existing CRM. You set up proper email infrastructure and domains. Now, let's see how this happens and the way we do it or the way it should ideally happen. First, we train your AI with your best performing content. Then, we feed successful email templates and conversations that have worked in the past and have been working recently. We upload your product and service information to get insights. We develop response frameworks for common objections that we've been seeing lately. We understand your current tools and suggest the next best steps. And even if you did not run any email campaigns before, or your salesperson did not run on proper sales scripts for each and every prospect, or you maintain data in batches distributed across your sales system, we can still figure it out because it's just about that. Might take a week more, but once this is done, it is time to almost start with your AI SDR pilot batch. So, how to go about the AI SDR pilot? Start small with a targeted list. Select 100 to 200 high quality prospects from your ICP, your ideal customer profile. Then run a controlled campaign alongside your existing processes. Don't disturb your current processes at all for now. This is additional work you are experimenting with, but make sure to give it dedicated time and energy that it requires, because this new approach can bring you a lot of value. Then monitor performance closely. Understand the metrics you are measuring right now against the previous results that came without an AI sales system. Once the systems are running, at the end of just the first month, we move to month number 2, which has phase number 3, optimization, that happens between weeks 5 and 8. Now, in phase number 3, optimization, our step number 5 in the process is analysis and benchmarks. You start to analyze and refine your approach. You understand and review response rates and conversation quality that's coming in and going out from your systems. You mark and identify areas for improvement. And you also update your AI's knowledge base and frameworks that have been working, that have failed. You note it all down as you move. So once you have reviewed and reframed the messaging and conversation to your heart's liking, basis data, you move to step number 7 of the same phase number 3, testing and refinement. In step 6, expand your targeting. Gradually increase your prospect volume. From 100 to 200 leads earlier, move to 500, 1000, or even 5000 leads per month. Test it across different segments and messaging approaches. Implement multi channel outreaches. So you could send campaigns across LinkedIn, email, WhatsApp, or you can even start sending your qualified leads to digital sales rooms. This is how you test excessively in phase 3. Finally, phase 4, integration, weeks 9 to 12 in month number 3. So, step 7 is to redefine human roles. Your human SDRs now stop wasting 6 plus hours daily on research and start spending that time on strategic calls with qualified prospects who are already interested. You shift them from lead generators to deal closers that now focus exclusively on discovery calls, demos, and contract negotiations. You clear you create clear handoff triggers. AI handles prospects until they ask for pricing or request a demo or show buying intent, and then humans take over immediately. You develop new KPIs that matter. Measure qualified meetings booked per human SDR. You measure the average deal size that's closed. And you measure time to close ratios instead of measuring how many emails were sent or calls were made. The result could be that your best SDRs will close 3 to 5 times more deals per month because they're talking only to pre qualified interested prospects. And now, step number 8, scale with confidence in months 4 to 6. You expand from 100 prospects per month to 1000 plus prospects per month without hiring additional SDRs. Implement weekly optimization cycles where you analyze which AI messages get the highest response rates and replicate them across all campaigns. Then you track your total pipeline generated. Expect to see around 200 to 400% increase in qualified opportunities just within 6 months while maintaining the same headcount costs. And finally, measure your ROI ruthlessly. Calculate exact cost per qualified meeting, and that should drop again by 2 to 5x if done properly. And you can also increase your deal closure rate by up to 50%. So the bottom line outcome is that most businesses see rupees 5 to 15 lakhs in additional monthly recurring revenue within just 6 months, while cutting SDR operational cost by 50 to 70% as well. In chapter 5, let's tackle some common concerns and misconceptions. So one concern is that AI can't be personalized as humans. Actually, most human SDRs aren't truly personalizing at scale. They're using templates and changing a few words here and there and calling that personalization. But it has stopped working that way though. You see your own inbox, you will see messages with your name, your company's name, but with a generic templated offer attached to it. And then you see there are thousands of those messages. But here's the difference with AI. It can analyze tens to hundreds of data points per prospect across the entire internet, across the whole social media, and then generate genuinely personalized messages that resonate. So you understand this difference. Another objection is my prospects will know they are talking to an AI. The truth is, they won't. We've run and are still running daily multiple campaigns, and when implemented correctly in a human first and relevant approach, detection rates are under 3%. Actually, most prospects simply experience it as unusually responsive, helpful communication. And as humans, who does that? So maybe that could raise suspicion, isn't it? Next objection, we sell complex solutions that require human understanding. Okay, but you know what? Complex solutions are actually perfect for AI SDRs because they benefit most from consistent, accurate messaging. Your AI handles the initial outreach and qualification, then hands off to human experts for the consultative part of the process. This is so powerful when you experience it yourself. Next objection, we've tried AI tools before and they did not work. Yes, that's true. Most companies implement AI tools incorrectly. They buy a tool instead of building a system. They expect magic instead of managing a process. When implemented as a comprehensive system rather than a one point solution, AI SDRs consistently outperform traditional approaches. You must remember, like most things in life, the boring part is where the gold lies. And finally, I've heard this objection a couple times, so just wanted to put it here. People say we are in a regulated industry with compliance requirements, so I don't think AI can handle that. To people who have this objection, I want to reassure them that this is actually a strength of AI SDRs. They follow rules with perfect consistency, maintain complete audit trails, and can be programmed to adhere to any regulatory framework. A couple of our happy clients are from heavily regulated fintech. More the rules, even better for a properly guided AI system with guardrails. If you had any of these common objections, you have the answer now. And if you have a different question, please write it down in the comments. You can also do it right away as well, pausing the video so that you don't forget it. Alright, so let's move to the final chapter. So, with this, we come to chapter 6, What's in it for you? And here's a rapidly coming up pattern that I can see very clearly. The sales development landscape is undergoing a fundamental transformation, and that's even bigger than when Salesforce announced its CRM offering or HubSpot entered with marketing automation tools some 15 to 25 years back. And today, both Salesforce and HubSpot have invested heavily in AI powered systems. So it's not a question of if AI will reshape your sales process, it definitely will, but it's a question of when and how. The businesses that embrace this shift now will build an advantage that laggards or latecomers simply cannot overcome. The gap between leaders and followers in this space is growing exponentially. If you are ready to stop grinding and start leveraging AI for explosive sales growth, we've created a comprehensive implementation guide, the AI SDR Stack Setup Guide PDF, which we just ran through. Along with that, you'll also get an AI SDR ROI calculator. So you can figure specifically what can AI do for your company. Just click the link in the description to download it for free. Here's the only message I want you to take before you leave this video. This isn't just about technology. It's about liberating human potential. When you see it like that, you will just get why this will happen. When you free your sales team from the mundane, repetitive tasks that consume their days, you unlock creativity, strategic thinking, and genuine human connection that no AI can replicate. That's the future of sales. Humans doing what humans do best, powered by AI doing what it does best. The age of AI SDR is truly here. And the only question is whether you will be leading it or chasing it. So, if you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe for more content on AI powered sales strategies and revenue operations for forward looking SMBs and for professionals who want to lead the race and make sure they earn big in this AI race while securing them mental peace that their careers are not at stakes. Drop a comment with your biggest question about AI SDRs and I'll make sure to respond. I'm also active on LinkedIn, so you can connect with me there as well. Link in the description. If you want to schedule a business audit with me and see how this works, it's there in the description as well. Until next time, stop grinding, start leveraging, and build a sales machine that never sleeps. Namaste.